Wagwan, what's up? We are finally here, the Flash season final. Last episode Iris died. So that's cool. And Thawne is back, and the negative forces are just fucking up shit, and yeah, that's the rundown of it really. Dion tricked Barry into killing Iris, and then he managed to also make, well, he killed Thawne at the start of the episode and then made Thawne go into other Thawne's body, meaning there should only technically be one Thawne now. But who knows? And yeah, that is literally pretty much the last episode. Oh, and Caitlin went into the cryo chamber to try and waken up the frost side of herself again. But that is the rundown of it. We're going to get into it. If you guys enjoy, remember to like and subscribe. I'm just trying to get into it, I'm not going to lie.
How's that possible? The negative forces brought me back because they were too weak without a fourth member of their merry band.
Man, he's too cold. You can't ever get rid of this man. He is the king of evil in this show. He's the only one to do it well, other than and Zoom, the only villains to do it right on this show.
Your mother led to the birth of the Flash, and killing Iris led to the rebirth of me.
Yeah, that is pretty funny, to be fair. Not gonna lie about it. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
So I guess you could say your mother and Iris were good for something.
He went there. He actually went there with it. They were good for something. Wow, that's evil. That is cold.
Dad, if you do this, you'll be just as bad as him.
Go on, Barry. Barry, no, look. Oh, mate, I'm so gassed. I mean, I saw this in the trailer, so I'm not too surprised, and I'm glad they've got it done in, like, the first minute. But Barry being evil, like I said, he'd be a bit evil if Iris died. I fucking love it. It's so cool.
They're both hurting. Badly.
Okay, so what do we do now?
We didn't need a psychic to tell us that, Cecile. It was very blatantly obvious that they were both hurting. I had to call out the shit there, I'm not gonna lie.
She killed Iris!
Barry, how can you possibly be so sure?
Because I am.
Guys?
Man, I told you, evil Barry is the way forward. It is the way forward for season 9. It'd be sick. I know it won't happen, but it would be sick.
Is anybody here?
Hello, Iris.
That. I was looking at this and I was like, isn't this the place in Armageddon where Darhk and Nora meet again for the last time? And he just fucking popped up. That was unexpected and so sick. Yes. Also, Iris is alive, if you couldn't tell.
I'm the key.
Chester, go ahead and get started.
Man, Team Flash are such pussies. I'm gonna say it, like, none of them, they all think it's a bad idea, but none of them are doing shit about it because they're all scared of Harry. Grow us some balls and be like, nah, actually, I'm not gonna do that. Like, come on.
Relax. We're not gonna hurt you.
I'm just gonna transform you.
Wow. I don't know. I know he gets the black suit, which looks sick, but I don't understand how they're going to transform him. I don't know.
Oh, God.
I'm shutting down remote ignition.
Keep on going!
But Bear,
Do it!
I told you! They're all pussies! Someone stop this poor man! Stop him before he gets himself hurt, please!
I'm calling it.
Dad!
Thank you, Chester! Someone's a loyal member of Team Flash, I can see.
Come back home soon. Jade, Joan, what are you doing here?
We've been following.
Oh, well, I mean, we knew Jay was going to turn up, but this is cool that he's popped up to Joe. I feel like Joe's going to need him at the minute.
Iris,
But you know exactly the way that this works. Now start concentrating and help me focus in. I will do all the heavy lifting.
You know what? I've gone really all out with the cameos this episode, and well, for the season really. So I do have to give them points for that because it's been pretty banging.
Whoa, hold on. Wait. So you're the guy who gave her all of our powers. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Fair. I like that explanation on why Cecile got leveled up and has all these powers. Like for it to be Bashir, the psychic steel god, the psychic force. I don't know, but there's a reason behind it, and I appreciate that they've given us one for once.
Yeah, see, we've been pulling the strings ever since. Finally ready now. See, this is on you, Flash.
I mean, it kind of is. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like they're kind of a little bit right. It is kind of Barry's fault. Oh, behave. That looks so sick. Has he got all of the colour lightning as well? Oh my god. Yes. Just, yes. Yes, I want it. If they kill him this episode, I'll be fuming. Because this needs to stick around for season 9. 100%. This is beautiful. This is a work of art. Yes.
Holy crap, that's Thawne.
Who's his new tailor? Satan?
Fair play, Bart. Fair play.
I'm not just...
We're destined to die. Held captive in another dimension. Hell, you face certain death over and over and over again. And every time you should have died, only you didn't. Why?
Lazy writing. Bad choices. I mean, I said it, like, she should have died a long time ago. A long time ago. But she didn't. And she's still here. And granted, over the last season, she's been a lot better than she has been over in previous. But I still stick with Barry should have either been with Caitlin or Pay. Just is what it is. Ayo, Flash and team have watched this on the news, and they're still just letting him fucking murder people. How have they let him get away with this? Come on, guys, do better. Come on, as if Thawne would just let that happen. Behave. He would have totally, like, tried to throw it all back at him or absorbed it, or... There's no way Thawne would have let that happen. I'm not having that.
Bart?
Oh, okay, he didn't. That's a little bit evil. That's funny. I like that.
What did you do?
I sent them back in time. 1 billion years, to be precise.
Oh, of course he did. Because he's just that evil. Oh. This is what we deserve, though. Just a Barry v Thawne. We didn't need anyone else. We need that rematch, and I'm excited for it. Come on, Barry. Come up with another trick. We can't just see you throw lightning all the time. There's so many other tools in the book we've seen over the last 8 seasons. Like, come on. So we can't just keep throwing lightning at Thawne. He's outsmarted that now.
Who's doing this?
I am.
can't say I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping a little bit that Thawne would kill Barry. That'd have been interesting. But no, positive forces have shown back up. Woo. Cheers all around.
No, this is the end.
Ugh. A negatively force charged Thawne being a positively force charged Barry. I still put my money on Thawne winning. If we're saying the scales are even, right? Before we get into it, if we say the scales are even, Thawne should win because he's evil. He will, when he gets a chance, he'll kill Barry. Barry won't do the same. It doesn't make sense. And if they make Barry faster by some fucking bullshit miracle, then that's why he'll win.
Baby girl.
It's okay. It's okay. Damien Darhk showed me the way back.
Mental. So she's alive and by some miracle she's back out of the stone because she reignited the spark. However she did that, we don't know. But she's back. And will she get there before Barry kills Thawne? Probably. That looked pretty sick. The finals, like, especially with Superman and Lois, I still think Superman and Lois final CGI is better than this, but if they have both been on form, the CGI in this has been pretty sick. You know what? I like that. He's used his trick he learned, the trick he used in the Still Force against Thawne. I love that that's come back around and wasn't such a relevant thing he did that episode. Wow. I'm actually impressed because I wouldn't have expected the writing to be that good. Fair play. Oof, yeah, not too sure how they're going to fix this one. He's kind of just destroyed a couple buildings and killed a couple thousand people by the size of that wave. That's not looking good for us, Barry. It's not looking good.
No.
Really? Do you think Barry has the power to do that now? Like, I know he got given the power of all the forces, but to just be able to do that. I mean, I guess if he was in Zen enough, I guess he could, but feels like a bit of cop-out. I'd have preferred Season 9 to be in a destroyed, desolate city. Evil Barry, evil Thawne. That'd have been sick, but oh well. Nah, Thawne's never really dead, let's be honest. He's alive somewhere. We just got to figure out where. I'm not having him went out like that. Thawne either goes out with a hand through the chest, or Thawne doesn't go out.
None of your time sickness anywhere. You're completely cured.
And Gideon says there's no Thawne anywhere in the timeline.
Then it's really over.
Nah, I'm not having it. I'm not having that Thawne is gone. Thawne is never gone. They'll never let go of Thawne in this show. I'm not having it.
No, it wasn't. The negative Speed Force used the machine to pick its avatars. You were a means to an end.
That's a little peak. I don't mean her enough to let her have powers still. That's mean. I don't like that. Give Mina her powers back. Let's make that a petition.
Breeze back to its old empathic capacity. Dillian has her powers back. Queen 2, who's back in Iron Heights.
I'm gonna miss being leveled up. I'm just glad we all survived this.
I'm going to miss her being leveled up a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It was an interesting direction to go into. Be interesting to see what they'll do with Cecile next, though.
Yeah. No worries, it's fine.
Cecile, did you
do that?
Cecile is Force sensitive, confirmed 2022. She is going to become a Jedi next season. We've already seen lightsabers, so it's the most realistic thing I can come up with.
Okay, all I did was think I really wish I had the right coffee, and then I kind of saw it in my head, and then all of a sudden it was...
Oh, the Force is strong with this one.
It just reinforces my point. Oh dear. Well, that's not good. This does not look good at all. Chamber malfunction. The room's a fucking tip. Mark looked unconscious. Frost's still in there. Caitlin's still in there. It's not looking good.
Who the hell are you?
A friend. I think.
No. You've got to show us. You've got to show us. You can't do that. That's evil.
I knew I had to get back to you. So I reignited our spark.
How?
Please enlighten us. I am very curious on how you magically reignited a spark that theoretically can't exist. I don't know.
You're my lightning rod too.
Ugh. It's just not an explanation. It's like, how can we piss Josh off the most here with the writing? We'll say the at least it wasn't we in the Flash. I'll never hate anything more than that line ever.
We won't know until it happens. But whenever that day comes, and whoever that avatar is, we'll be ready for them.
Well, 2049, 19th of June or 29th of June or whatever. I think it was 29th because 29th was yesterday. This was when that aired. And some blue stone. If anyone knows what the fuck that means, let me know. But I feel like Thawne has something to do with it because he has to. Well, that is officially the end of season 8 of The Flash. Mental. I enjoyed it. I did really enjoy it. It was a good episode. It was a good conclusion. There were parts I would have changed. I would have had Barry, if they were going to go down the route of killing Thawne, which it looks like they were going to, or they have. I would have had Barry actually kill Thawne. Iris is back, very cool. I'm just gonna leave the spark bullshit alone. I'm not gonna lie. I do think it's peak they didn't give Mina her powers or let her keep them. And although the showrunner did say that season 8 was going to be treated like it was the last season and it ends in that way, they have ended it on a bit of a cliffhanger. So I don't know whether they went back for reshoots and shot a couple more scenes. And actually maybe in the original I reckon in the original for it, Caitlin has a bigger part of the episode and comes out of the freeze chamber earlier and kind of deals with the fact Frost's not coming back throughout the episode, and they probably don't tease a 2049 bit and leave it as it is. But no, I quite like that we do still have some cliffhangers for next season. Same with Superman and Lois with the new fortress and stuff. So we do have something to go on what they will do next season, which is really cool. What else? Allegra and Chester couldn't have been more relevant in this episode if they had tried. It was very much based around Barry, and Cecile had a bit to do with it, and Allegra was helping out Cecile, kind of. Chester kind of disappeared after he'd done the tachyon negative harness thing. Damien Darhk, very cool to have him back, even for a little bit, and it was a nice sort of, I'd like to say conclusion with the Time Stone, but we saw the Time Stone in Armageddon. We thought Joe would use it a lot more, he didn't, and then back to kind of what that's been like. It's done, and we didn't see Joe use it or do anything with it at all throughout the season. Like I said, cameos this episode were out of this world again. Bart, Nora, Jane, other Nora, Top and Queen, and I guess we'll still count Mark a little bit as a cameo because he's not a regular yet. Mina, Thawne, the Forces. They did just go all out this episode. I appreciated it. It worked. It would be interesting to see what's happened to the negative forces, because they said they rebalanced themselves, so whether that means they're all kind of, if it was the way it was before, but they still have physical forms or not, I don't know. I am gutted that Thawne is dead as it stands. I wanted to see the new suit a lot more. The suit was very cool. Like, I do have, like, my hat goes off to costume design for that, because it was sick. It felt a little rushed. That is probably my only sort of issue with the episode. It just felt like go, 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 and it felt like it was going to have this shorter pacing at the start, and it just speeds up, and then Thawne's done with, and it feels like once Thawne's done with, what they spend the rest of the time on the episode didn't feel like... I mean, I like the fact we saw Iris put back the Tanya and her mum. I thought that was cool. But other than that, you know, those moments of people rekindling and those team moments just didn't feel as special. Which was the complete opposite to Superman and Lois yesterday, where I did really feel that spending those last 14 minutes with everyone and rekindling and stuff worked well for the episode. I felt like it did the opposite, and it took away. I feel like, you know, there just wasn't enough tension for it to be a big thing here. Like, throughout Superman and Lois, we saw there was tension between these characters, and seeing them rekindle. You know, the only one I was somewhat like okay with was Barry and Iris. And obviously they teased Cecile's new powers with Allegra and Chester there. But I didn't feel like there was enough risk. Not enough risk, but you know, with like, if I'm gonna keep comparing the two finals because they've aired the same week and they're the only two shows getting renewed. We saw such a big risk to everyone in the season final of Superman and Lois, and it didn't feel the same with this. It didn't feel like Thawne was as threatening, even though he had the power of all the forces and was going to destroy Central City, because there was no build up to that. You know, it was very much the last two episodes where seeing Thawne, he's been given this power, and that's that. And it, for me anyway, it just, with Ali, we built up throughout the season to get her to be Parasite, and then over the last couple episodes we're seeing her merge the portals, and it's getting very real very quickly. But it just didn't have that effect. It felt like, right, Thawne's got these powers, he's going to destroy Central City. Oh wait, Barry's reverse time, he hasn't destroyed Central City. And that was for me, to then spend those last minutes with everyone, it didn't feel like it was as powerful, because they didn't feel, there wasn't as much of a risk for them all, if you know what I'm saying. Regardless, I'm very excited for season 9. This final was a million times better than season 7 final. And the other thing I would say was a kind of a negative as well, was Nora and Bart. They've popped up a few times throughout the season, and I love that they got their own episode this season. I just feel like they weren't a big part of the final. They didn't really do much, and you know, it's as much as it's sad to see, it's kind of good in a way, because I feel like they deserve their own spin-off show at this point, and like I say, overcrowding is a big issue with The Flash, and I think we're starting to see that a little bit with Superman and Lois, in my opinion, with Lana and Kyle and Sarah, and these characters that are, well, especially at the end of season 2, that weren't really relevant. Lana had her thing, and Sarah was having a drop, and Kyle was just kind of there for the second half of season 2. But, you know, it's very hard with The Flash having so many core Team Flash members. You know, let's talk about who we've got nowadays. We've got Flash, Iris, Chester, Allegra, Cecile, Joe, and then, so then, oh, Frost. We had Caitlin and Frost, which were 2 different people this season, and last season as well. So that's 8 core team members. And then this season we were fitting in Bart, Nora, as well as Captain Crane. Wait, what the fuck happened to Captain Kramer this season? We built up to it being this whole big thing with Barry gonna train her and help her out, and she knows who the Flash is. And I genuinely don't think we saw her after that episode. We might have seen her once or twice. Like, I genuinely think in that second, after that episode, we saw or heard from the other captain. Oh, the old captain. Why can't I think of his name? Captain Singh, more than we did her. Which was a bit peak. But yeah, even like Captain Kramer was kind of part of it first half of the season. I said Nora and Bar, and then Mina and Thawne and the Steel Force. You know, they're dealing with like 15 sort of major players throughout the season, and that's roughly an episode each to focus on them, and it's hard work. I'd actually probably say 20. Like, I forgot people like Mark and, you know, all these other villains and stuff to make them interesting. To deal with that with such a huge team is a struggle, and I feel like that is, especially the last 3 seasons, something the Flash has struggled with massively. And I feel like the struggle wasn't as big this season, because it still told a very good story, and one of the best Flash stories we've seen probably since season 5. I think season 5 is the last one I enjoyed properly, and then before that was 1 and 2. I partially enjoyed 3. We don't talk about 4. 6 and 7's not worth it. So yeah, I think they struggle with that, and however many episodes they'll get next season, I feel like it'll be quite tough for them to wrap up everything, because I feel like everyone knows deep down season 9's last season. So I do wish them luck in that part of trying to wrap up everything next season, especially with these new powers with Cecile and whatever's going on with Frost and Caitlin and whoever this new negative avatar is going to be, because this seems like that's going to be the last villain or the next villain, because that was teased at the end. Or so I'm taking that away because I'm taking that away from the episode, because that is what was being said when we're seeing the 2049 Blue Stone thing. I feel like that they have to do something with that now. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for season 9. Let me know your thoughts and feelings of the episode and the season as a whole. Did you think it was a good conclusion to the season? I did. I did enjoy it. I don't think it was as strong as Superman and Lois. I gave Superman and Lois a 9 for the episode and an 8 for the season as a whole, or an 8 for the episode and 9 as a season as a whole. It was an 8 and 9. I'd definitely give the episode a 7, and probably the season an 8. Maybe a 7.5. That was it. They did have its weak points this season, and they had its strong points. Trust me, the strong points were up there with like a 10 out of 10. But the weak points did take away from it again. Yeah, an 8, not 7.5. So yeah, let me know your feelings and thoughts. If you guys enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.